showtime!
Showtime, CFM Radio.
Let's go. We are back. It's actually a Thursday today, but we are here.
CFM Radio, Thursday edition.
Special.
Special edition because today we are joined by special guest, Wonder Chef.
Hey.
You know him, you love him.
Woo! What a wonderful
Hopefully.
chef he is.
Thank you.
Now-
I'll cook for everybody soon.
Hell yeah. Now, last time we had Chef on, it was a bit of a technical difficulty, so Chef, go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right, yeah, take two. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Wonder Chef. I am a commentator / caster in a lot of different games. Do a lot of esports stuff. I do a lot of production stuff as well. So I'm just all around the competitive gaming scene. But you know, I like a lot of games in general. I'm a big nerd.
Oh,
Chef is a great personality in the Pokemon sphere, in the fighting game community, in a lot of like he's saying, he's everywhere. Chef, where can we find you on the internet?
I'm at EGP Wonder Chef everywhere. EGP stands for Epic Gamer Productions. That was cool once upon a time. I swear that wasn't cringe when we made that name.
Yeah. Wow. Some epic games were played.
Epic games are always played, especially if you're listening here tonight on CFM Radio. And with that, I want to ask, Drix, have you been playing any epic games?
Man, I've been diving into some older stuff actually. Yeah, I'm on a bit of a rhythm game kick, and I was trying out Parappa, trying to get like a zero latency setup on my USB controllers and stuff. And a little bit of like Bust a Groove. I've had like the song stuck in my head, especially after all this VGM DJing I've been doing. So I've actually been revisiting some of the games that I play music from on the show.
And those are some great games. I love Bust a Groove. That's like an underrated classic on the PS1. Like,
Yeah.
one of my favorite ones. Like one of the few versus rhythm games that's on a console that's really, really tight, solid rhythm game. Love Bust a Groove.
Yeah, and low poly visuals are something special now. I like looking at them a bit instead of just the usual HD stuff. Every once in a while, you got to remember your roots, remember where you came from.
Totally. I mean, I agree. I've been playing a little bit of classic games here and there too on the Switch, but Chef, what have you been playing?
Oh, I've got some random ones. I know we were talking about fighting games a little bit earlier, but I've been playing a lot of Elite Dangerous, which is it's a really
Nice.
cool space sim. They like recreate our actual galaxy like as closest to a one-to-one creation as is possible, and you can actually go around and explore it. It's a super sick like game for anybody who's into space. I've been doing a lot of that. I did a stream a while back where I beat Only Up. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the
Only
like TikToks and stuff. Yeah, it's a big jump puzzle game that's it's kind of like oh my gosh, what's that called? It's one of those games where you like try to get as high as you possibly can on like a
Like
bunch
a
of
spore
platforms
attack?
and no, the thing is you fall all the way to the bottom if you mess up. So it's like Jump King or it's like getting over it. There we go. That's the other thing. So it's a lot of people
I
are
know
enjoying.
that one.
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah,
people that are like streams are enjoying it.
My Flash game was called Icy Tower, but it was like a free download a long time ago where you jump, you go up.
So I hear a lot about Pizza Tower. Is that like that? I've never played Pizza Tower.
Oh, you should. You 100% should. It's nothing like that at all, but Pizza Tower is a sick game. It's like how do I explain it? It's like a real big throwback to a lot of the 90s platformer games, and it's very similar to like maybe like a little bit like Sonic, a little bit like the Wario games, but that game has a ton of soul. I highly recommend that. It's not exactly the gameplay type that I don't know, that I usually gel with, but I bought the game and I do not regret it at all, even though I didn't fully finish it, because that game, like I said, it just has so much soul. It is absolutely a love letter to those old school type games.
I love
Yeah.
that.
I'm in love with the artwork. Actually, it's caught my eye, and if it's on summer sale right now, it might be something worth looking into.
Ooh, true. I forgot. Hey, has anyone picked anything up on the Steam Summer Sale? I know I got a couple of DLCs for Crusader Kings 3 that I wanted. So that was cool.
I was looking at Scorn a minute ago. The brutal, like almost H.R. Geiger, like just gore fest, you know. Yeah, I was checking that one out a minute ago, but you know, for a solid, just disturbing art form kind of purchase.
Right.
Yeah, that was received pretty well, at least by, you know, atmospheric horror fans, I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
did you pick up anything, Chef?
I did. I picked up kind of too many things, probably. I picked up Domekeeper, which is a roguelite. I picked up Oxenfree, which is another like sort of horror game that I've been looking at, but it was really cheap. I picked up Caves of Cud, which I don't know how to pronounce that, QUD, but I know that's a rogue-like game that's very, very loved, and I haven't had a chance to dive into it, but just a bunch of random things here and there. Just, I don't know. I'm definitely somebody who gets more games than I should get, and probably won't get to them for a long time.
Yeah, when they're cheap though, you just got to go for the whole grab bag. That's part of it, you know. Man, when I was a kid, if I could get like 2 games for $20, I was a happy man that weekend. Or happy little dude.
Dude, you go to the Blockbuster Game Crazy and you pick up them sweet deals. That was a good time. You know, it's funny. It's funny to hear what everyone's playing. I've actually been kind of glued to my Switch. I'm not gonna lie. I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy 16. I just beat Titan, so I think I'm about like halfway through the game, if not a little bit further. I'm pretty past Titan. I've done a lot of the bounties in the post Titan stuff, like a lot of side stuff post that fight. But I actually dove back into Link to the Past on my Switch, and I was like, yeah. Like I was like, damn, this game is awesome.
The remake version, the
one on
the virtual console one.
The virtual console one.
Oh, okay, yeah. I actually don't remember what the remake was for, but yeah, that was. I love Link to the Past.
Yeah, Link's Awakening had the the plastic Lego.
Oh, that's right. It was Link's Awakening that got the remake.
Yeah,
I didn't play it,
which is really cool. It's really cool. I got it from my little brother and I played it a little bit. It's actually a really cool game. I really like it. I was kind of like turned off by the Playmobil style because I'm not a Toon Link fan. Put it out there. Not a Toon Link fan. But you play that, it's nothing like it. It's actually more like Link Between Worlds.
Oh.
So like it evokes that kind of spirit. And so that I felt kind of at home. And it was really cool. It was a great. I loved the Link's Awakening DX remake on the Switch. That was great. But I'm really just I've been glued to that Switch, and I've been playing that. And I've been playing a lot of Splatoon.
Oh yeah.
Played a lot of Splatoon with my girlfriend because that's really fun. And my our Discord. I'm in a Splatoon Discord with like a bunch of people who play Splatoon, and we just I've actually been playing that a lot. And which is pretty cool because there's a lot of new stuff since I like last got in there, and like I've been doing the season pass, so it's cool.
Yeah, your social esport of choice, you know. There's that one you always just come back to. It's like, this is what I feel good at because I'm good at, or at least familiar with.
I mean, I'm still learning the ropes on Street Fighter. I feel like I'm in that zone where I'm like. Win 3, lose 4, win 5, lose 3, win 6, lose 8. You know, like in this like weird limbo. So I'm missing something. Something's not clicking, and I just have to like. I think I just need to sit down and look at my replays. Like.
Okay. Yeah. Take it to the footage.
Of course, you got to take it to the footage, baby.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that game's great with that.
Yeah, that's what I love about Street Fighter 6. So many good training options, so many good replay options, like taking your replay and then jumping into like the training mode from the replay. Love that.
How about those Evo stats that registration just finished? Or,
Chef, did you see those Evo stats?
I did. Yeah, that's yeah, I honestly don't know how they're gonna do it. That is wild. It's over 7,000 people, I think, for Street Fighter alone, and I think it's over 10,000 unique entrants in general, which is wild.
Yeah,
I
a
genuinely don't know how
logistical
they're gonna do
nightmare.
it. Yes.
Yeah. A lot of
that's
data.
where is it? Wait, where is it? Still Caesar's Palace?
No, Mandalay. It's been Mandalay for a couple years now.
Oh, you're
for a
right,
few
Mandalay.
years.
You're right.
Yeah, yeah.
You're right. Oh God.
Vegas will be flooded with the
Vegas
fighting
is
game
gonna
community.
be flooded. Oh my God. Like,
As members of the fighting game community, I have no respect for any of you.
yeah, seriously.
I came for bad blood.
I came for bad.
I
I came for
love
bad
those
blood.
guys.
I
My
stayed
heart goes
for
out to
Raising
those guys.
Canes.
Yeah.
Anyone
Mhm.
who's been to Evo, Raising Canes, sup? Like,
Wow.
Raising
yeah.
Canes. But you know what, guys? All right, so we all love these. We all love these classics. We're sitting here, we're playing classic games. But I gotta ask, do you guys remember Gex?
Oh
I do.
yeah,
I do.
absolutely. Who could forget Tail Time?
The smack talking TV addicted gecko. You know, he was Crystal Dynamics mascot in the 90s. Can you believe that? Like,
Yeah, in the
That's-
time of mascots.
right, where mascots were everywhere. And speaking of mascots, were everywhere. How about Tomba, pink-haired caveman?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun early PlayStation.
I love Tomba. We were just talking about this little spoil. I didn't even realize this is what we were talking about tonight, but like I was just so excited to talk about it. But yeah, Tomba. I love Tomba. That was one of my favorite games. There's this like whole list of games that I kind of look back as like my formative games of my somewhat childhood, and that is for sure one of them that was on it. I actually went back and like visited some of those games. Like it was like Bomberman 64 and like Azure Dreams,
yes.
and Tomba was definitely on that list. So I was playing Tomba kind of recently, and I'm excited. I would love to see more Tomba. That game is like really creative.
Yes.
Yeah, games
A
with
lot of creativity.
style. They made them
Yes.
with such style back then.
Everything needed to look distinct. Everything needed to be like separate itself from the rest, because like I feel like that's one of the things that like people, I don't know, honestly, I don't know what a generic game today really is. Like, what is a generic game, right? Because back when we were playing games on the PS1 and the PS2, I'll tell you, boy, there were some generic games. Like,
Yeah.
like, but they made other games like Tomba stick out, you know?
Yeah.
And like, you
Artistic
needed
style.
to have that.
To me,
Yeah.
the generic games nowadays are not to say that they're bad per se, but
No.
like hyper realistic games. Like for example, you know, like the stylization of you know, again, I'm not saying these games are bad, but if you look at something like Last of Us, or you know, like Last of Us 2, I guess is a great example. Like to me, it's like it's very hyper realistic, but there's no style to the games, which of course is a choice to be made. So I think
Right.
that that's kind of the generic game to me nowadays.
You make a good point. And I think use it. I actually 100% agree on honestly with like the comparisons with The Last of Us. But I think The Last of Us is the trendsetter for that kind of thing
Yeah.
for this generation, because you know I hear Last of Us get a lot of flack like that too. I'm not a big Last of Us stan either. I can't believe I'm saying that right now, but like, you know, it's one of those things where like people gotta remember Last of Us came out on PS3, bro.
Yeah, that
Like
game
that.
looked amazing, by the way, back when it
Yeah.
came out. That was like part of what was so mind-blowing about it. And again, it's supposed to be kind of like a horror movie, so I'm not
Like an
saying it's like a
HBO show.
bad. Yeah, well, they should make an
Raffle,
HBO
yeah.
show about it. Imagine that.
Ooh, sorry.
Great idea, great concept. But,
Yeah, they put a lot of value in that cinematic feel, and that doesn't always equate to like I'm having a great time, or
but
or just
the
something
first
cute and fluffy.
No, dude, Last of Us. Yeah, no, true. Yeah, very true. Last of Us. I was gonna say Last of Us are fun games. Like,
Yeah,
I will
no,
say
I didn't
there's
dive
other
in.
games that are kind of they take that similar style and they don't do it as well, right? Like that was just
Yeah.
an example I think everybody would
I
know.
agree.
So,
No, I
yeah,
agree with
that's
you.
the generic still to me. Yeah.
it's kind of funny to think Call of Duty is one of those things people look forward to, because today it's almost like every Call of Duty is very distinct from one another.
Yeah.
Like, this last Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, was very different than like 1942, right? Like, like, or the Cold War one, very different. They're all very, very, very different. Like military simulator shooters, military games, but very different. Like,
yeah, I've come a long way from even like Medal of Honor or like Battlefield. the new modern
Medal of
Battlefield
Honor.
2.
2042, baby.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll fix it.
I know. I already made. Nobody heard it last time when I made my my call out that I liked Redfall actually, but then this time around, I'm here to say that I bought Battlefield 2042 for $5, and current Battlefield 2042 definitely worth $5.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like current if you have Game Pass, I tell this to people all the time.
Yeah.
Because people still shit on Battlefield 2042 all the time, and I just say, you know what? It's a No Man's Sky situation. Go and play it now. It's on Game Pass. Like. Like you could play it, you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, it's a very fun game to kind of like de-stress if you want to play an FPS, because you can just run around and like just do whatever you want and like kill some people, and then like you don't have to worry about like, oh no, I didn't do very well, I'm making my team lose, or somebody's gonna trash talk me because I'm not doing well. It's like I can go 2-13 honestly, and nobody would even notice because there's like 80 people in a game.
Yeah, and honestly, that was my last Call of Duty experience. Is like, oh, like you're not helping the team win, blah 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 blah. Like, okay, wow, this is my first time. I'm just trying to play with my friends. And I was like, I'm gonna switch games.
Yeah, not very fun.
Yeah, squad of 4, and you got to rely on each other. It's like, I just met you, internet stranger. Like, please do not commit microphone abuse.
Microphone abuse.
Let's all just have a good attitude and
abusing your microphone and my ears. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So limited run games, they split they had their whole LGR release and showcase. They split up the announcements, but we've got one thing. We got these two big ones in one announcement from from this publication right here, Infinite Start. The headline reads, Gex Trilogy and Tomba announced for modern platforms. And from the article, Limited Run Games announced Gex Trilogy and Tomba are coming to modern platforms. Details are still limited, but the Gex Trilogy was confirmed for PlayStation 4 and 5, the Xbox Series consoles, Nintendo Switch, and PC. And Tomba is the same as well. And, okay, so I'll say it like this. I've never had a really bad experience with limited run games, but as someone who ordered the Star Wars The Force Awakens and still hasn't gotten it, whatever you might feel about limited run games, whatever you might feel about them as a company, I really think it is cool to see these 90s platform games come back. And we're getting like remakes of games like this, because this isn't kind of just like, this isn't like a Mario Brothers remake, right? Like Gex and Tomba, like we were saying, like these are kind of like obscure today.
Yeah, definitely some of the standouts from a large PS1 library.
Yeah, like I remember if you look back on scores for these games, they both were relatively high, but mixed to high, so pretty favorable. But here's the big question: you guys think they keep Dana Gold's voice track?
I hope so. I want to see gameplay before I sort of judge its appearance and stuff. But I really hope so. Yeah. Why go through the trouble of having to re-record it? If anything, they'll do like Dragon Ball Z Kai and just cut some stuff out.
I'm curious because I mean it's got to be really low quality at this point, right? Like if how long ago was that game? So I almost feel like they have to try something new with it. I genuinely don't know though.
Yeah, it depends. It almost depends on like how well they would have preserved the audio, or if they just like put it in the recycle bin and called it a day.
I mean, I don't know. Okay, so we might have to put the. I'll say it like this. I actually played Gex Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko like 3 years ago, like 2-3 years ago. I played it during the pandemic on an emulator, and yo, there's some jokes in that game that would not be suitable for modern sensibility.
Yes, I could see that for sure.
Yeah.
It is a very 90s game.
Well, maybe now's the
And
time.
I feel
don't
like
know.
I feel like if we lean, I feel like it might just be beneficial to just lean into it and just be like, isn't this just the lamest, cheesiest shit you've ever heard? Like play up, like listen, this is the 90s, the game. I
Yeah.
can't think of a more 90s game than Gex. Like
Maybe
Yeah, who was on the
Conquer.
Sega Saturn?
Conquer would be close to me in a different way though.
I think Conker's more influential than Gex. I think Conker is a bit more eclectic than Gex. Conker did a lot of, because Gex. When you think about the gameplay side, what does Gex stand out for? The only thing that I can think of is climbing and karate kicking. And when I think of Conker's Bad Fur Day, I was shooting, I was platforming, I was puzzle solving, I was doing so many.
Context sensitive. That B button. Always remember that joke. It's like, it's context sensitive, sensitive to context. So it does something different depending on where you hit the button.
Yeah, which was really
They made a
unique.
cool
Like
joke out of it.
it was a really great and unique thing. So like I feel in my personal, I say this all the time. Personally, I believe that if we didn't have Conker's Bad Fur Day, we wouldn't have Ratchet and Clank, we wouldn't have Sly Cooper, we wouldn't have, all these games that have like fuzzy cute mascots that like tell you to fuck off. Like
Yeah, with their witty remarks.
yeah, you wouldn't have that if you didn't have Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Nice little dose of comedy from your action platformer shooter.
It's very before its time. I mean, like so much of like what went into Conker's stuff was what went into like I don't mean obviously problematic stuff aside, but like what High on Life stuff like that, games like that. There's a lot
I
of
can
stuff
see
that's
High
gone
on
that
Life
direction.
being like a new Conker's Bad Fur Day. Like, that's that. You're right. I think you're right. That is that next step but I don't know.
I mean, it's not the same. I mean, Conker's was amazing. Had you ever played the not Bad Fur Day, but the it was the sequel to that on GameCube, I believe.
It was the Xbox remake.
Or Xbox. Was it Xbox? Maybe it was.
Yes.
That had the multiplayer where
Yes.
it was almost like a Battlefield game. That was
So that's still online. If you have
Really?
that game and you have an Xbox, Conker Live and Reloaded was one of those games where Microsoft came out and explicitly said we are bringing the online back online for this game. So I'm
That's
pretty
tight.
sure if you have the disc and you have an Xbox Series X, you could go online and you could play fucking Live and Reloaded. I don't know if anyone's playing it, but
Yeah, if anybody can keep those servers on, it's Microsoft.
well, we got
Yeah.
fan-made servers.
Yeah.
And fan recompiles. I actually think Conquer Bad Fur Day multiplayer is recompiled from fans, like Ocarina of Time.
Nice. Yeah, such a great multiplayer game. Even on the 64, like you could have a
Dude,
good
I
time.
know.
with your friends.
The heist mode, so
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
Love that mode.
Couldn't even do that in Grand Theft Auto yet.
Oh man, so we're gonna go into some new releases next, but we're gonna kick it with some tunes. We've been talking too long. Drix, what are we playing?
We're listening to Comic Zone. This is stage Zone 2, Stage 1. The song's called Feed My Disease from Comic Zone on the Sega Genesis. The Sega Mega Drive.
Mega Drive. Feed My Disease. CFM Radio.
can you do on the moon? You can't even breathe on the moon. Can't lie down in the dunes and hold your baby tight. You can't hug your baby on the moon. What can you do on the sun? You'd be burned to blazes on the sun. In the darkness with your love, trembling in the night. That could never happen on the sun. What can you do in this world? You can't even love in this world. You can't face the darkness, can't face the light. You can't even live in this world. You can't even breathe in this world. You can't even love in this world.
Oh, sorry. Whoa, microphone problem. Sorry about that. We have new releases. Exoprimal tomorrow. Game Pass. On PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and Steam. You guys, this is Exoprimal is the latest shooter from Capcom. It's like a dinosaur survival wave shooter. You're getting attacked by dinosaurs, and you are facing off against rival teams who are also fighting off against these dinosaurs. You guys checking out Exoprimal?
I want to say none of those words you just said are real words. It sounds like the most fake thing I've ever heard in my entire life. But no, honestly, I didn't try it in any of the betas, but I've had a lot of friends try it, and they were very surprised at how fun the game was, which I kind of feel like it had to be, because if it's a Capcom game that's that bizarre out of nowhere, I feel like it's got to have at least something.
Yeah, a little bit of charm, right? I was a big fan of Mass Effect 3 and that like wave shooter. So if it's anything remotely like that, with that little hint of like Capcom foolishness, tomfoolery, badassery, then yeah, I would like to check that out.
Is this what we're doing for Dino Crisis, guys? Is this the next Dino Crisis? Is it Exoprimal?
We have Dino Crisis at home. You have to play with your friends.
Honestly, everybody got baited by that original announcement trailer. Everybody was watching. They saw it. They saw Capcom, and it starts with like a red-haired girl, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, red girl dinosaurs! Like what? We're getting another." And then it's like Exoprimal. This is something totally different. And everybody's like, "Oh, okay." I'm not to say it's bad. Again, it looks pretty entertaining at the minimum.
Yeah, it looks. Hey, you know what? I have a couple of people. I'm getting mixed from my friends who have played the betas, but I will say the people who liked it loved it. Like glued to the screen, loved it. Like played with their friends for like 4 hours straight, loved it. So you know what? If you're into wave shooters, if you're into survival, style multiplayer games, especially with that competitive edge of there's another team in there. I don't know if there's more than 2 teams. There might be. I don't know, but that seems pretty cool. I liked Destiny 2. Had a mode where it was like a PvPvE mode where you had 2 teams killing NPCs to gather like a resource and bring it back, and you could kill another player to get his resource and steal it.
Ooh,
for yours. Yeah, so hopefully we've got something like that going on in there. Next one is a PC only. This is a big one, guys. Old school franchise, Jagged Alliance 3.
Ooh, that's been around
Turn-based
a while, right?
tactical military RPG. From the Steam page. The country of Grand Chien is thrown into chaos when the elected president goes missing and the paramilitary force known as the Legion seizes control. Hire mercs, meet interesting characters, and fight in tactically deep turn-based combat in this true successor to a beloved franchise. I played Jagged Alliance 2. That game's hard.
Okay, yeah, it looks like Commandos almost, where it's like squad based on something like that. Also,
kind of XCOM.
Maybe some building. Yeah, tough.
Like all those types of games are tough, yeah. Like not a single one is an easy ride. There are definitely some of those games where you're like, well, all right, time to start over, and then maybe you don't. But I mean, I think they're cool games for sure. It's kind of like the evolution of tactics games in a way. Not that anything needed to happen in tactics games, but it's definitely like a new age type of them.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, but probably for fans of XCOM.
Exactly. I mean,
Commandos.
Surely everything like that. The last tactics game that I played actually was that Marvel Midnight Suns tactics game, which actually ended up being way more than a tactics game. That game's like a life sim tactics game. Like,
Wow.
It's so wild. Like, it's like a card game that's a tactical, top-down tactical that in between them, instead of doing things like XCOM research, which you still can do, but you're custom creating. I forget what the created character. It's that kind of lame concept to me. But like your custom created character like hangs out with the Marvel characters and like builds relationships with them, like becomes their friend. Like, and it makes them do better in combat, and you have like team up bonuses. It was really fun, but it was still hard.
A lot of thinking required if you want to reach the end of that one.
Absolutely. So we're gonna get into some more music here in a second here. You know what, Chef? What are we gonna jam out to right now?
That's a good question. What are we jamming out to?
Track number 3 from Fester's Quest on the NES. Yeah, a lot of these old, games, they don't really have titles for songs. It's just number BGM or SFX.
Oh, that's how you know a soundtrack is good, when it's old school and it's either just the unlabeled names or the just like the name of like a level only or like an area only. But
yes.
Anyway, let's get into that track as we take a short little music break. And of course, this is Wonder Chef, and you're listening to CFM Radio.
wanna fly sky high. Let's go together. I wanna fly sky high. Let's go together. I wanna, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, flying high, feeling good. Blue, blue skies, blue, blue skies I see. Blue, blue skies, blue, blue skies I see. Blue, blue skies, blue, blue skies I see. I wanna. I wanna fly sky high. Let's go together. I wanna fly sky high. Let's go together. I wanna.
Here we are, CFM Radio.
Yo, yo, CFM Radio.
Here with EGP Wonder Chef.
Yo, yo.
All right, guys. Anyone here heard of Palia?
I have, in fact.
I have now.
A little
Thanks
MMO
to
project.
Clusterfuck Media.
Thanks to Clusterfuck Media, you have. You know, it's a little MMO project from some ex-WoW devs. Well, you know, this little humble game billing itself as the quote-unquote cozy MMO is entering its first closed beta period, with the open beta period following hot off the heels of that one. So, from the official website, the headline is, "Coming soon, Palia's PC public beta." Actually, this is kind of fast, considering it was just announced at the Nintendo Direct. How, like, what, less than a month ago?
Yeah, why invest in marketing with an unfinished product? You know, just play it smart, guys. Learn from the mistakes of bigger companies. And yeah, maybe just
Open beta
announce
time.
Announce it when it's time for the public to generally participate.
Seriously. So, you know, we got a little bit of a bullet point list that tells us the following features. Players can now create their own account on Palia.com starting today. Closed beta begins August 2nd at 10 a.m. Pacific time when the NDA drops. Open beta begins August 10th at 10 a.m. when everyone can play. That's Pacific time. And then no more wipes. All the gameplay progress you do in this beta goes into the full game.
All right, we should check this out.
You know, for an MMO, that's kind of intense.
Yeah,
For
I mean,
testing it.
for sure, it seems like, just from what I've seen from all of it, because I've been recommended it a few times on, I don't know, Steam or something. Not Steam per se, but it does seem like for sure an MMO where your whole goal is building stuff up, right? So very similar to the like Animal Crossing type dealio. So I would totally understand how it would feel bad if you built a bunch of stuff in the beta, you built up your home, you got connections with people, and then you had to do it all again, and it would feel kind of less impactful.
I didn't think about it like that. That's a good way of saying, I think I have too much World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy brain, because I think, when I think, man, you can carry on your progress from a beta, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be so far behind.
Yeah, I like the DreamWorks kind of art style.
Yeah, it looks really cool. The aesthetic.
Cozy. I want to see I'm curious as to what the take on a cozy MMO is. So, yeah, maybe I'll check out this beta.
More from the article reads, Palia is a cozy sim MMO where you can play with old friends or meet new friends to enjoy activities like gardening, mining, hunting, fishing, and more, while unraveling unique lore filled with mysteries alongside romanceable NPCs, rich with backstory and personality. Wow, you can romance your NPC in an MMORPG.
Ooh, yeah. D&D fans rejoice.
It's definitely, I would say a game related to the old classic, and really any of the kind of farming sims that we've seen, like Harvest Moon, of course, or now, oh my gosh, what's the pixel art one that I'm blanking on the name?
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley, yes, thank you. I can't believe I forgot that name. That was a brain fart moment. But yeah, it's definitely kind of looking to be that type of thing, but it looks like there's going to be a little bit more focus on multiplayer play, which is pretty cool. They did show in the trailer, I know that there was like 8 people within like one world, and I do know that it's kind of an online offline thing where you don't have to play with other people, but you kind of get cross progress amongst everybody's worlds.
Yeah, interesting.
I wonder if that's just the farming game trope, having somebody to share the farm with.
I think that's a good trope, though. It makes sense. It makes sense for a farm. Like, when push comes to shove, back before industrial civilization, people had a lot of kids to maintain that farm.
Oh yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. You need someone to help you with all. Man, farm work is hard work.
Mm-hmm.
That is hard work.
Extra hands for help.
Man, like I'm interested in this now that Chef said like brought up the Harvest Moon parallel. I'm like, MMO Harvest Moon. That sounds actually really fun. Like,
yeah, really.
I love that. I don't know if any of you guys play the Rune Factory games, but Rune Factory 5 on the Switch, not a great looking game graphically, but really rich mechanically. Like so many intricate farming systems and like relationship building systems. So crazy. Like,
that's what I say about myself. Not rich graphically, but mechanically.
Hey, Chef, that's not true. You're clearly rich graphically. People like when you're on camera.
maybe.
Proof is there.
At least, maybe those are the parts they don't like, and they just wait for just to hear my voice again.
Hey, man. Whatever the case, we're gonna listen to some music right now. Then we're gonna jump into a little bit more news. Right now, what do we got, Drix?
We Are Bummed, man, one of my early NES games that I played, sports simulator called Crash and the Boys Street Challenge. This is track number 2.
Crash and the Boys Street Challenge, track number 2, CFM Radio.
Enchanters, the time has come to be alive in the circle of Magi where we will thrive with our brothers. Enchanters remind that time will not unwind. The dragon's crooked spine will never straighten into line. What we plead will be a faithful end decree where a man will not retreat from the defeat of his fathers. Enchanters, a time has come for better lines. We will cut this knot of ties, and some may live and some may die. Enchanter, come to me. Enchanter, come to me. Enchanter, come to see. Can you come to see? As you once were blind in the light, now you can sing. In our strength we can rely, in history will not repeat. Enchanter, come to me. Enchanter, come to me. Enchanter, come to see. Can you come to see? As you once were blind in the light, now you can sing. In our strength we can rely, in history will not repeat. Enchanters, the time has come to be alive in the circle of Magi where we will thrive with our brothers. Enchanters remind that time will not unwind. The dragon's crooked spine will never straighten into line. What we plead will be a faithful end decree where a man will not retreat from the defeat of his fathers. Enchanters, a time has come for better lines. We will cut these knotted ties, and some may live and some may die. Enchanter, come to me. Enchanter, come to me. Enchanter, come to see. Can you come to see? As you once were blind in the light, now you can sing. In our strength we can rely, in history will not repeat. Enchanter, come to me. Enchanter, come to me. Enchanter, come to see. Can you come to see? As you once were blind in the light, now you can sing. In our strength we can rely, in history will not repeat.
We are back with some Jurassic dope. From Contra Hardcore. Some appeal. Yeah, that was just disc 1 of the battle, I guess, is what it sounds like. I don't know. I think they're trying to play a fast one, like, oh no, Nintendo's the one you think of when you think of video games, right? Because you totally play video games. Financial regulatory body. It's not a Nintendo. Okay, it's a Nintendo Entertainment System. There's no such thing as a Nintendo.
Yeah, they're definitely like the age of people who tell their kids and grandkids like get off the Nintendo and they're playing an Xbox, you know, like
Yes, these are the
tracks,
powers
it
that be.
tracks.
Ooh. Oof. Yeah, that's sounds like they have a time period in which they could do some damage potentially. What that damage is, I don't know. I don't know what their plans are. Just here to play games and music.
And game music from games and games from music.
Oh yeah.
Games from music. There you go. Yeah, we went full circle. All right, episode's over. See you, everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
No. It admittedly devalues games. Admittedly. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, my trust was shattered with back in the Red Ring. I mean, who doesn't remember that? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why buy the company? Oh yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
Smash Ultimate. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and didn't we hear recently that they admitted there's no audience for a Banjo-Kazooie game? That was a quote I came across, and it's like, get out of here. Yeah, sell us back our childhoods. It's what you're good at. Mm. Nah, I'm not. Of course, I'm on the opposite side. Mm. Yeah, let's take full responsibility for this. Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've revisited Black Ops 3 a few times lately, and yeah, especially for like zombies and stuff. But yeah, what about like the first and Big Red 1 and all the World War II games? It'd be nice to see those too. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I loved that one. That
That's
was my FPS. It feels like
That's a whole different situation because Battlefield players are not happy where their series is at currently. So there's a lot of back play, a lot of Battlefield 1 players, Battlefield 5, whatever it was, a lot of Bad Company players. They switch around and they're like, well, one day we'll get a good game.
Back to old reliable. Time to bust open Team Fortress 2 or something. Old reliable. Yeah, here's hoping. Yeah. Sort of. What?
Ooh. It was sad, dude. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, especially if you're gonna make another edition with a new roster in a year.
Yeah, that's a big just thing. I think it's an issue with sports games currently in general. Like some of the sports games don't even do PC until like way later, or they just don't ever do it. Like for example, like MLB The Show, right? Very highly acclaimed sports game, like one of the favorites of baseball fans. Still doesn't have a PC port, and it came out, I don't know, like a year ago now. So it's like, okay, well, you're gonna play it on Switch, or you're gonna play it on PS5, or that's it. So pretty interesting.
Wow. Reversed. Yeah. Yeah, what do you have to offer the mom that walks into GameStop? Mhm. A nice baseball game for my child. Nice soccer. Nice footy ball game. Yes. Hmm. Yeah, I guess that's how you promote a game based on demographic.
Okay, listen,
Based on D&D crowds.
unrelated. I'm very excited for that game. Unrelated.
Yeah. No, yes. We're all excited to actually play Baldur's Gate 3, but we've probably been familiar with the franchise for over a decade, and it's not because of the recent tech scene.
If people are into Baldur's Gate 3 and that's like your cup of tea, sweet. I love Baldur's Gate. Those are some of my favorite games. Like I love Baldur's Gate 1, I love Baldur's Gate 2. All the stuff that came out on the what was it, the last panel from hell, that's what they called it, right before we talked about it on CFM Radio, funny enough, or right after, I should say, right after we talked about it on CFM Radio, the day after they came out with that. And like, man, that game looks awesome. The character customization, the role playing on the seeing the city, like, oh my god. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, sounds like if anything, they might have went a little too depth in the role play, or too in depth in the role playing.
Can you go too in depth in the role playing?
How much realistic is too realistic?
Is you know what, Chef? Is this gonna fall in that generic aesthetic? Is it for the realism?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen Last of Us go the direction of bear sex, so you know, maybe a little unique.
Maybe just a little unique. A little unique in terms of the relationship building aspect of the game.
Yes, those dialogue trees must be nuts.
Dude, they say, from what they say, it's kind of gnarly.
Or should I say honey?
All right, guys. We've been riffing all night. I think it's time to wrap up CFM Radio.
Yeah, it's
Drix,
been good. It's been good
we
hanging
wanna-
with the whole Wonder Chef.
Drix, always a pleasure. Chef, thank you so much for coming on.
Hey, always enjoy being here, and this time, it's nice to actually be heard.
Yes, exactly. Hey, it won't happen again. You will always be heard whenever you come on CFM Radio from here on out.
Yep,
But
the power of sound checks.
the power of the sound check, the power of starting on time. So, CFM Radio, Thursday edition. We'll be back next Wednesday. Until next time.
Go for it, man! I know that feeling.